only.
banning.
Now, to kind of answer your question, Gideon, if it were Onic to win this, I think it will be a 2-0. But if it's Blacklist, it's
Your
going to be the
team
2-1.
is
That's
banning.
just how I look at this game.
Well,
It's going to be close. But Blacklist International, obviously, being a Filipino myself, I have to vote for them.
Well, you know, at the very least, I know who I'm going to talk to when it comes down to commitment. I'm looking over at Wolf here. But let's get in towards this draft. Onic on the blue side, Blacklist
team
on the
is
red
banning.
side. It's going to be Estes, Yves, Aldi is coming in from Onic Blacklist. Bans out the Hayabusa, Yishinshin, as well as the Natan.
team is
Esmeralda, Paquito, wide out in the open here. Same as goes for Matilda.
Yeah, now is a very good time to talk about Onic and Blacklist track record. Again, in best of threes, both of these two are like probably the best in the world. Remember, Blacklist, they were undefeated in MPLPH for so long in the regular season. Same thing goes for Onic. From Season 8 and Season 7 to Season 8, these two teams have been the ones dominating the regular season, and every single game is a best of 3 in the normal matches. So let's see, in the draft, in the gameplay, it is going to be very similar in that case.
I mean, it is kind of odd because overall both Onic and as well as Blacklist have had wonderful years, technically. They've been crushing it locally. Internationally, they've been putting up some great performances here. Onic going to be locking in immediately Paquito.
Yeah, that is going to be the first pick for Onic. Like I said, it opens up the draft for them. They can flex this. They can put it in the XP lane. They can put it in the jungle role. Sometimes they put it in the gold lane as well and the mid lane. I mean, who will not be surprised with that pick? But, of course, Blacklist International going for what works. Beatrix, one of the most successful heroes for Blacklist International since MPL Season 8. Have it not been banned automatically, I'm pretty sure that Blacklist International would have put that Beatrix in on top of their pick list. But now, with combination with the Rafaela, this makes no sense. However, this does tell you that Blacklist International already have revealed their hand. A Rome, a Rafaela, as well as the Beatrix in the gold lane.
Well, let's hold our horses here for a little bit. We don't know whether Drian is going to go for something absolutely crazy in the gold lane, and maybe Beatrix is the only solution to that problem. So let's see how they play this out as Hylos and as well as Farsa immediately locked in for Onic.
Yeah, last time we saw the Hylos and the Farsa, it was just all over the place. Remember, the Farsa went to the gold lane, not the mid lane. They swapped the whole thing up, and that's the thing about Onic. You really don't know where any of them are going. This can be the Paquito XP and the Hylos in the jungle. It can also be the Hylos in the Roamer position and Paquito in the jungle, or just any of those crazy variations. It is just so crazy to see, and especially Farsa, one hero that we've usually just seen in the mid lane. They bring it to the gold lane, so literally every single pick right now is a flex.
Personally, I love it because especially when you're on the blue side, you have priority over first pick in that first phase, but you want to make sure that you're open-ended so that when the people on the red side cannot seem to punish you when it comes down to that second ban phase, Barat being the next pickup for Blacklist International.
This is one of their signature picks because it can be played in the jungle as well as the XP lane. And this is also the reason why they're not preventing themselves from banning out the Paquito. They let Paquito go because they know that they have that answer, and that is going to be the Barats. Interestingly, Blacklist International did their homework. They don't want to give the Claude. Again, another open pick for Onic Indonesia. They played Andrian as well as CW.
Yeah, not to mention that they have inter-swapped it before, saying, hey, you know what? If we want to throw Claude into the mid lane and Farsa into the gold lane, we can absolutely do that if you want. So it's really interesting, the flexibility of Onic so far.
Yeah, like I said, when we saw the Farsa and the Hylos last time, it was the Cloud coming to the mid lane, so Blacklist Bonchan, we all know how much of a genius he is, instantly reads that fact and bans away the Claude, but so is Onic. You look at them, they're going instantly for that Alice ban towards Oheb. One of the main things in the keys to victory, you gotta shut down Oheb. And that doesn't really just necessarily means in the game, in the drafts as well. When you do see Oheb on the other side who doesn't have a hero yet, you want to just target it towards him because he is such a playmaking, such an X factor for Blacklist International.
Because there's really no way to win against the Alice. I mean, obviously you can bully him or her out of the lane, but the thing is, Alice, that flowing blood can be like you know, used from a distance, and then you just clear the wave even when. Then if you get the last hit, you still get the credit for the gold. So you're still pretty much okay if you're the Alice. That's why Blacklist International are very successful with this Alice, because Oheb just knows the ins and outs of the hero. And Onic, now, are they gonna ban out another Oheb hero? Something along the lines of maybe a Harith, as I did say that picking up the Beatrix was the Rafaela kind of reveals the draft of Blacklist International, but kind of makes me think Haji actually also plays this Beatrix in the mid lane. So in this, indeed, the Harith ban from Onic.
Yeah, I think really good reads coming in from both Onic and Blacklist International here. I think Onic just kind of want to force OHEB to play like a marksman. Brody and Clint are still wide out in the open here, but if you pair it up with something like the Beatrix, the big issue comes up again. Who is going to stop this Farsa from, you know, zoning them out of these fights?
They have good combination with the Farsa as well. This Hylas provides for big vision as well as the way to gap close against the Beatrix and Rafaela. That instant stun can be followed up by the Feathered Airstrike as well as the Curse of the Crown so that you can chain stun the hero and then burst them down. So this Hylas and Farsa might be something that Onic Indonesia have prepared against Blacklist International. It's just that they revealed it all too early. Let's see how Blacklist shall react to this.
Right now, again, there's a whole lot of flex picks for the side of Onic Esports. They can still go for the Eastern Shin that is still up and open, but it is going to be the Uranus. Knowing now that Onic wants to go, it's looking like a front-to-back composition with the Farsa, two of the frontliners that is able to peel and dive. They might just go for a full front-to-back, so that Uranus a really, really good pick.
The Roger looks good now for Onic Indonesia, as it is good against the Uranus as well as the Bats in a way because of the mechanic that you get more damage out of HP-based heroes, and then maybe somewhere along the lines of a Lunox for Onic Indonesia. That's your answer. But that is quite... those two heroes that I just mentioned, they're quite easy to predict. So maybe Onic Indonesia are thinking twice about that particular hero. And wow, Edward, he's not only not having the bangs and Popol and Koopa.
Oh, okay, I like it. I kind of like Popol and Koopa in this particular situation, but they're also throwing in Selena to deny. I like it. So far, Blacklist International still waiting on their mage potentially or a gold laner.
Yes, the Popol and Koopa allows for the Demon Hunter Sword to be picked up, and this will be a Kagura. All right, so a Haji special, Beatrix to be played by OHEB. I'm really surprised that the closing picks of both teams are pretty normal.